Welcome to Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. In today's episode, we are looking at how global OEMs are building their growth strategies for next-generation electric vehicles, from modular platforms to 800-volt architecture and alternate battery chemistries. As competitive intensity rises and cost pressure builds across the electric vehicle industry, OEMs are rethinking how they design, price, and manufacture EVs at scale. What is driving this shift, and where are the biggest growth opportunities emerging? Why are OEMs rethinking their EV strategy? The electric vehicle industry is maturing faster than most OEMs are planning for, and pressure is building from multiple directions at once. Chinese EV manufacturers are combining low-cost manufacturing with integrated battery supply chains, and that pricing pressure is following legacy OEMs into their home markets and export territories alike. At the same time, government purchase incentives are pulling back in several key regions, and supply chain volatility keeps resurfacing around semiconductors and rare earth materials. Leading manufacturers are responding by investing in modular platform architectures that can span budget to premium segments, partnering with battery chemistry innovators, and making deliberate moves into local manufacturing to manage geopolitical exposure. How is your organization adjusting its EV roadmap to stay ahead of this competitive intensity? Which disruptive technologies are powering the next generation of EVs? Two technologies are standing out as the biggest differentiators for OEMs right now. The first is 800 volts electrical architecture, which is moving from a niche premium feature into a mainstream expectation. OEMs are launching 800 volts platforms in high performance segments first, and the broader shift away from the current 400 volt standard is expected to gather pace over the next 3 to 5 years, alongside the build out of ultra fast and megawatt charging infrastructure. The second is battery chemistry. Battery costs represent 30 to 45% of total EV cost, so progress here is tied directly to OEM profitability. Lithium-ion improvements are delivering near-term gains. Sodium-ion batteries are finding their place in micro and entry-level EVs, and solid-state batteries are on track to change EV cost structures and performance benchmarks once they reach mass production. Which of these technology bets is your organization prioritizing to build long-term competitive advantage? What challenges are OEMs navigating? Growth opportunities in next-generation EVs are coming with real constraints attached. Geopolitical instability, including tariff escalations, sanctions, and rare earth supply exposure, is creating cost and availability volatility across the value chain. OEMs building local manufacturing facilities are reducing this exposure, but the capital investment required is substantial. Pricing is another pressure point. EVs globally are priced 20 to 40% above comparable internal combustion models, and as purchase incentives shrink, price-sensitive buyers are returning to conventional powertrains in several regions. That is pushing local manufacturing from an optional expansion play into a strategic necessity. How is your organization building supply chain resilience to manage these growth barriers? Where are the biggest growth opportunities emerging? The first is global manufacturing and facility upgrades. Legacy OEMs are committing significant capital to convert existing plants for EV production and to build dedicated battery manufacturing operations, while newer EV companies are expanding their global footprint to reduce import exposure and respond faster to regional demand. The second is advanced battery and architecture technology. OEMs partnering early with sodium-ion and solid-state battery developers are positioning themselves ahead of the commercialization curve, and dual chemistry battery packs, already in use at companies like CAL, are letting a single platform serve multiple use cases without adding complexity. Is your organization securing the technology partnerships needed to capture these growth opportunities early? What are leading OEMs doing differently? The OEMs pulling ahead are restructuring how EVs are built and sold, not just what they look like. Universal platform strategies, battery chemistry diversification, local manufacturing investment, and disciplined brand segmentation across price bands are becoming the operational foundations that separate leaders from followers. Manufacturers still tied to legacy program structures and single chemistry battery bets have a narrowing window to adjust before affordable next generation EVs begin competing hard on price. Which of these best practices is your organization adopting to stay ahead of this competitive shift? Thanks for joining us on Frost and Sullivan's Growth Podcast. As electrification accelerates and competitive intensity builds across the global EV industry, the OEMs investing in platform flexibility, battery innovation, and manufacturing resilience today are the ones positioned to lead tomorrow. For access to our research, competitive benchmarking, and best practice frameworks, head over to frost.com or email hello@frost.com. We'll be back soon with more conversations exploring the technologies, strategic imperatives, and growth opportunities shaping industries around the world.